What's good, JT fam? I'm back again with another lit banger.
Child. Anyway, so.
Alright guys, so today we are going to be doing the second installment of our queer survival guide, okay?
Yeah.
So the first video that we did, which is right here, is the signs that she's into you. But the second installment that we're gonna be doing is signs that she isn't into you. I would like to see it. Okay guys, so anybody that's wondering, that's in a situation right now that's like, oh my gosh, there's somebody that I'm crushing on, I don't know if they like me or not, this is the video to click on. This is the place to be, okay? And
how do you know?
Yeah, and if you have any friends that you know that are also struggling, share this video with those people as well, and hopefully they'll be able to get some clarity on the situation.
If you have a bunch of these red flags, then you know it's time to abandon ship, my friends.
Just jump off.
Jump off.
Just jump.
Jump the plank,
Okay.
walk the plank, girl.
Walk it.
Walk it.
Walk it. Jump into the sea, okay?
Okay.
Anyways.
It's not a ship you want to be on.
No,
it's not a safe ship.
no.
Not a healthy ship.
No, it's not. Alright, so guys, without further ado, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we're dropping lit. And let's get into the video. Alright, so the first, do you want to do the first?
You can do it.
Okay, so the first point is, if you are texting a girl that you are interested in, okay, and that girl takes hours and hours and hours to reply, sometimes even like a day, over a day. Girl, what's going on? She's probably not into you. I understand that there are girls that are very, very busy and they have like a lot of things going on in their life. Totally get that piece. But I personally think, myself included, think of how busy I am. And I still found time to message you back. I, at some points, would be like, listen, I'm really busy and I don't want you to think that I'm just like not responding. So like, I will respond to your message when I'm able to. Like letting her know, I was checking in with her to let her know like, I'm really slammed today and I'm probably not gonna get back to your text for the next couple hours. So here's the thing, if a girl doesn't know to communicate with you that, maybe she's a poor communicator, maybe that's not even what you want, I don't know. But all I'm saying is somebody that's interested in you, more often than not, is going to make time to text you back in a timely manner. They're not going to make you wait days.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And I also think that like, here's the other thing that you have to think about too. It's like if you guys only like message back and forth like once a day or something, or like once every couple of days, and you're just people that don't like phones and whatever, it's like when they do message you, they're messaging you a bunch of stuff and they're filling you in. Yeah. They're filling you in, they're sending you, because there was times where we only messaged like once a day when we were really busy, but we would send like a big paragraph being like, hey, like and answering each other, and just like making sure the other person feels like you care. Like if they're not going to text you every day, then they should be doing something else, like giving you a phone call, checking in, like, or seeing you more often in person if
that's
they're not going to be a phone kind of person. So they have to be giving you that kind of effort of checking in some way, shape, or form.
Because they'll want to. They'll want you to know that they're interested in them. So they'll want you, they're not like, no, we're not stupid here. Everyone's going to know, like, if I'm not responding to somebody for 2 days and then when I respond it's one word, they're going to know, like, that gives off the feeling of I'm not into you. Yeah. Like, we all know how to communicate here.
Yeah, right? And it's like, what do they communicate to you for?
Nothing.
Like, are they communicating to, like, you know, have, like, because they want a booty call late at night?
So nasty.
And that's what happened.
So rude.
They're communicating because they're like, hey, like, I want to know how your day's been. Somebody that doesn't like you is not going to care about your day to day.
No.
They're like, if they're just using you to like have like a side thing or like whatever,
and that's
a little thing. That's fine if that's what you want. But if you're like liking this person and they're just hitting you up to go out with them late at night, like, and that's all they are doing, then it's clear that like their intentions aren't to ever look at you in a serious way.
Speak on the truth.
Preach.
Okay.
So it almost feels like she's avoiding hanging out with you. Yeah, that's a big one. Somebody who likes you is gonna want to hang out with you. So somebody, if they do not like you, they're not gonna be like itching to like see you again. Like I remember
they're not gonna bring it up.
When we first started dating, or not dating, when we first started talking, there was one time where like she asked me to hang out like 2 days in a row, and I was like, wow, like she really likes me. Because, like, you know, if you like somebody, you're going to be putting effort into hanging out with them, and you're also going to want to see them all the time. Like, you want to be around them. So
get to know them.
Who doesn't like you?
You're excited, right?
They're just like indifferent about it. They're like, I could hang out with you if I'm really bored. And that's the thing too, is that they're going to look to hanging out with you and look to talking to you when they're bored and when they don't have any time. Like, if somebody likes you, they're going to be doing that all the time. Somebody who doesn't like doesn't like you and is just kind of using you, they might be doing it for attention and just like the fact that you're constantly giving them attention.
I know that's right. And there's little signs that you can pick up on to like, that's a whole other video, but there's probably little signs you guys would be able to come to like think about that would tell you like, oh, this person's like legitimately only messaging me like when they have nothing better to do. Like they might even say like, oh, like I'm not doing anything, I'm kind of bored, like want to come over. Like that's kind of like, okay, haven't heard from you in like 3 days and that's what you're giving me. Like you're giving me scraps of your time. Like you really don't, you're not excited to see me. You're not like, oh my gosh, let's hang out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, next one. I personally think this is a big one. Eye contact, okay? If she's not into you, okay, but here's the problem with eye contact. If it's a first meeting, I feel like someone who's shy is going to have a hard time with eye contact. Agreed. But I do think that there becomes a point where the eye contact is so lacking that it's obvious they're not into you. Like if you're out on a date or whatever with this person, or you just meet them or whatever, and they're looking all over the place and they're like genuinely looking like disinterested in what you're saying and they're looking everywhere else but you, it's probably that they're really nice and they don't know how to be like, okay, you can off now. They just are trying to like keep the conversation like kind of like minimal, give you the hint of like, yo, like I'm literally like, help me, anybody else, and then move on with their day.
Yeah, I think that like this is like kind of, it's tricky because one, I think it doesn't apply for people who are like neurodivergent, first of all.
Yes.
And it doesn't apply for people who have like anxiety and stuff, because like that kind of stuff, it's like I find it really hard to look people in the eyes a lot of the time. Like I have a really hard time just even like look with you sometimes, looking you in the eye for a long period of time, because it's just like, I don't know, I just have a hard time with it. It makes me feel really vulnerable and it's not a comfortable thing. So for me, like on a first date or even like a 10th date, I don't think I'm gonna be looking you in the eyes for more than a couple seconds and then looking down, and like because I'm shy and like I just have issues with it. So I think that like for some people that's not realistic, but I do think that if you're like a neurotypical person and you don't have issues with eye contact, you can kind of tell. Like if somebody's sitting at a table with you, it's one thing if they're just listening to everything with like and caring about what you're talking about, but they're not looking at you, versus like you're talking and they're avoiding, they're like literally like looking everywhere else, trying to like get out of the conversation because they're like, bye.
I guess this one is accompanied with body language, probably.
Yeah.
This one, like eye contact could be accompanied with body language. If they're looking all around and their arms are crossed and they're very like closed, like, because I think that, I do believe that, you're right, like the eye contact one is like a little bit harder to figure out because there could be a lot going on there. But I think if you accompany it with like a multiple things, I think eye contact can be something to look for.
The next one is talking about other people she's interested in.
That's a huge one.
Ooh, okay, so like, it's so out of pocket if you think you're into somebody and then they're like saying like, oh yeah, like I went on a date last week, it was so good, like this, that, like, this is, some women like are so shady and they'll be like making you think you're on a whole ass date, and then they'll be like, talking about other dates, other people.
Huh?
And like that's a very obvious sign, because here's the thing, even if somebody's being a shady ass wench, and they're like seeing other people on the side, if they actually like you, they're not gonna be talking about that, because that makes them look unattractive and also might make you back off. So like if somebody's going out of their way to like aggressively say, oh, I went on this date, or like I was seeing this person, or I am seeing this person, then like they're kind of just trying to like basically let you know that they're like they have moved along and it's not onto you.
And can I just say something on that point? I need you guys to hear when the person talks about somebody else, okay? I know that there's lesbians out there that will be like, I know that they're talking about someone else, but that doesn't mean that she's not necessarily like interested in me. 9 times out of 10, the reason why she's talking about someone else is because she's not into you, and she's talking about the other person because she's into them. So let's not get desperate here. If she's talking about the people that she's into and it's not you, do not get desperate and start twisting a narrative in your mind being like, yeah, but she's still on a date with me, which means maybe she's still into me and she's just nervous or shy to tell me that she's actually interested in me. You know the whole narrative. You know the narrative, guys. I don't even need to talk about it. Everyone knows it. If she's talking about somebody else, you are second best. You are not on the radar, okay?
But I think that another little point to add with that is that like there's 2 types of people in the situation. One is somebody who actually just genuinely does not like you at all, and the other is like a crazy girl who is literally just telling you about these other people to like make you crazy jealous, and they do like you, but they're just like messing with you, and you shouldn't want to be with that person. That
person doesn't really like you anyways, because they're just playing games to feed their attention, their own ego. So they actually don't even really like you, because they're actually just feeding their own ego, and it boils down to attention seekers. So either way, they don't like you in their core. Okay. That one kind of, I was gonna say, like, we kind of wrote down body language. I think body language is one of those ones, kind of like eye contact, where it like is like accompanied by like a whole bunch of other things. It's not just like one specific thing. But I do think that honestly, body language says so much, and I don't think that people pay attention to body language as much as they should. I come from a background in finance where like we actually have to like study people's body language so that you can know like when to push and when to back off and that kind of stuff. And the amount of stuff that you can actually learn from like paying attention to someone's body language is ridiculous, down to like how is their, like when they're crossing their feet, like are their feet pointed towards you, are they pointed away? Like there's so many things that you can learn about body language that will be able to, you can figure out like, is this person open to me? Are they closed? Are they unsure? So I would say like just getting used to like figuring out body language. Like if you're really in a crunch, like it sounds kind of silly, but like maybe researching body language a little bit, and then just be a little bit more observant and kind of see like some of the tells that this person is giving you as like a way or a marker to be able to like move forward like confidently in what, you know, like what you want to actually happen. But like the big ones would be like, are their arms crossed? Are they like sitting with their legs crossed, like towards you, all towards you? Like, you know, their face, like do they have like a relaxed face? Are they smiling? Like certain body language, like things like that, like the more, like the easy ones that people like see right off the hop, like start paying attention to those. You'll be able to see a lot without any words.
Another one that I think is important, especially in lesbian or gay women world, is if you're on a date with somebody and they're talking about their ex a lot on the first date. Like even if it's like in a heartbroken kind of way. Because I think that means
I think it depends though if you bring it up. Like if the conversation has been naturally brought up, like we talked about mine because of the janky situation, like that was like we brought it up and we talked about it. But like that wasn't because of the fact that I just wasn't into you. It was because it just like naturally came up in conversation. So I think that you have to be careful. You have to figure out like, when does it come up? Is it coming up because she's just being like, oh yeah, my ex used to do, like that's kind of weird. But if it's kind of like, oh, like you're guarded, why is that? And then it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's because my ex made me guarded. Like you can like,
that's different, but I think that somebody who like nonstop just goes off how heartbroken they are, like that does happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's janky as hell. Like what are we doing here? Close it out.
So never complimenting you back or reciprocating your energy. So like you could put all this effort into this person, and if they're just not giving it back, like giving you little crumbs. Like if you're putting so much effort, like you go out of your way to do things for them. Like you know, you go get them a coffee whenever you get yourself a coffee, or you go like they're sick, you go show up with soup at their house, or like you go out of your way to help them over and over again, and they just don't extend the same like hand like to you, and they don't really extend like gratitude. Like that is like such a clear telltale that the person is not into you. Or they're just a bad energy.
Are they on the same energy, the same vibe as you? No, that's a big one, right? Because I think a lot of the times what ends up happening is I think a lot of I'm gonna generalize, I'm so sorry guys, but like a lot of masculine lesbians kind of fall into that trap where they're like almost chasing after a femme and like trying to like give them everything, and the femme's just kind of like, oh, this is like not really the tea, like I don't really know what's going on here. And it's like not catching that like it's not being reciprocated. You're getting them snacks, you're getting them treats, you're taking care of them when they're sick, and then when you're sick, nowhere to be found. When you want a treat, nowhere to be found. Like that is a sign she is not giving you the same energy that you're giving her. Right? And like you said, reciprocating of the compliments. Obviously, like if you're showering someone with lots of compliments and they're just kind of sitting there receiving but never feeling like they need to give them back,
that's a pretty telltale sign.
It's a little selfish.
Because they're gonna want to like hype you up, and they're gonna like think you're so great that they're not gonna be able to like help themselves.
Unless you've outwardly said like compliments make me feel uncomfortable, and they're trying to like compliments make me feel uncomfortable. So like she is not constantly showering me in compliments, and I'm okay with that because I'm uncomfortable by it. but I verbalized that and I've said that, right? Like when we first started talking,
she only likes particular compliments. Like
yeah.
she doesn't like just like any compliment that you want to give her. Like it has to be something very specific.
Yeah, I don't like weird. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for you today on is she into you or is she not? She loves me. She loves me not.
She loves me. She loves me not, because it's cuffing season almost, guys.
Ooh.
We're leading into cuffing season. We should do like a whole love series.
We should.
And talk about and give people advice.
Yeah.
Not that we're like amazing at it, because this is probably like our first healthy relationship. Like this is the only healthy relationship I've ever been in.
It's taught me so much though.
Yeah, it has. You know what? We found the real deal, okay?
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 5K. I did not think we would be here.
Anyways, we love you so much, guys. Let's run those numbers up to 5K. And on
5K
that note, 5K, hashtag 5K in a day. And on that note, we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.